Thank you. Okay, so imperfect versus preterite. And today we are also going to talk about more instances in which we use imperfect. So who remembers what are the 3 examples or specific situations in which we are going to use the imperfect from the last video that we watched? Who remembers? There were 3 moments in the past or instances in the past in which we use always imperfect when we are talking about those topics.
When you're used to consistently do something?
Yes, so that would be like a habit in the past, right? Now, you're totally right about that. Now, try to remember in the activity that we did in the last Zoom call, you were not here, but maybe you did the activity and you saw the video, also for Sander. There were 3 examples, like concrete examples. I'm going to give you a hint. The first one is always when we talk about time in the past, we are going to use imperfect. That's one instance, specific one. Xander, do you remember another one?
There was also weather and emotions.
Yes. So every single time, here we don't have exceptions. When we are talking about the past and we're saying the time, naming what time it is or it was, or talking about the weather, or talking about any emotions or feelings that someone was having in the past, we are going to use imperfect. But today we're going to talk about an additional, in addition to those 3. Does that ring a bell a little bit, Sam, what I just said? Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to share our OneNote here. And I actually want you to do something because this thing that I did it at the last moment where when I already had distributed this page for you. So I want you to go to the content library, click on the 4A chapter and click on preterite and imperfect describing a situation. That last page. From the content library, please. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so scroll down, look at my screen, scroll down and copy paste this paragraph here with the 3 numbers. So copy this and paste it on your own preterite and imperfect describing a situation page. And put it like in this case on the bottom, like the very last thing. And let me know when you are done. Ready?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so see how it says here, right here, the 3 instances we learned on the Gramactiva video in which we always use imperfect tense when talking about the past. This is what we just said. So Sam, give me the first one.
Emotion.
Great. Talking about emotions in the past. So please write that on your page, guys. And Xander, give me a second one.
Weather.
Yes, weather in the past. Talking about the weather in the past. Oops. When talking about the weather in the past. Sam, do you remember the third one?
Time.
Time. So when we address, when we address the time in the past, as in what time it is, what time it was. And it also relates to day or month. That's also related to the time, right? What, as in what time, I'm gonna put time, day, month, etc. It was in the past. Okay, perfect. So now that you have that on your end, let's start with the beginning of this page. So scroll up here. And like I said, today we're going to talk about not only specific examples like time, weather, or emotions, but situations, right? Situations. And here we start with what actually Sam said that we use the imperfect for. So in this case here, it says, in addition to saying what someone used to do, and this is what you were saying, Sam, things that happen more than one time. How did you phrase it?
That happened consistently.
Consistently. I really like that word. Yes, happen consistently. So you used to do something in the past. This is what it says here, right? The imperfect is also used to describe people, places, and situations in the past, talk about a past action or situation when no beginning or end is specified. This is kind of the same as what you used to do. And third, to describe the situation on the background or background information when something else happened or interrupted the ongoing action. So let's read the examples. Sam, can you read the example for the number 1?
La casa de mis abuelos era enorme. Tiene 5 dormitorios.
So what are they doing in the sentence? Do you understand? Xander, can you translate the sentence?
My grandparents' house was enormous. It had many bedrooms.
It had 5 bedrooms. Yes.
5 bedrooms.
So,
yeah.
no worries. So what are they doing? They're describing things in the past. What are they describing in this specific sentence? That my grandparents' house, as in what size it was, how many bedrooms it had, right? Describing in this situation, in this case, is my grandparents' house. But this is talking about the past. So that's why we're using imperfect. Can we say, la casa de mis abuelos fue enorme? What do you think? Any of you can tell me. So fue, if you remember correctly, fue is the preterite of to be, of ser. And we have here, not the preterite, but the imperfect, because they are describing something in the past. So can we say, is this grammatical? La casa de mis abuelos fue enorme.
No.
It's not correct. Why is it not grammatical? What's the issue with that?
Because they're describing the house as enormous and it's not like a verb.
It is a verb. It's a verb describing that it was enormous, right? But it's a description. So it's not a one-time thing. It's describing how the house was. And it's not that it became small all of a sudden, right? So that's why we're using imperfect. Good job. Vamos a ver la número 2. Sam, did you read the first example or was Xander? Okay, so Xander, read the second one, please.
Había mucha gente en la casa para el aniversario.
Claro, había mucha gente en la casa para el aniversario. Who can translate? Había. Let's see if we remember había.
used to have
Used to
many people
have many. Yep,
in the
excelente.
house.
Yep, exactly, because había is the imperfect of, ta-da-da-dan, of haber. And haber, when we say hay mucha gente, we're saying there is a lot of people. But this is talking about the past, so we are going to use imperfect of haber, and that is había. There was a lot of people, right? So, and here, they're describing something. It's kind of similar on the number one, right? They're describing, but they're adding something here. Describing how many people, and we are going to use the imperfect because there's no beginning and no end. There's nothing saying yesterday there was a lot of people and during the night the people left. We don't have a time frame. Yeah, so that's number two. Sam, read the third example, please.
Todos mis parientes bailaban cuando llegamos.
Yes. So take a look at the verbs. We have bailaban and we have llegamos. What is going on with these two verbs? Are they in the same verb tense?
One, the dancing one is like present,
Bailaban. Aban.
but it says like dancing, like instead of danced.
Correct. But, it said dancing, right? It does say dancing, but is it saying they are dancing? Or is it saying they were dancing?
Yeah, were
It is,
dancing.
they were dancing. How do we know? Because aban ending, right? If it was they are dancing, it will be the ending for the present tense. But this is aba for the imperfect. Yes?
Yes.
So bailaban is they were dancing in the imperfect. How about llegamos? What tense is that on?
Preterite.
That is the preterite. Yes. So we have preterite and we have imperfect. So in other words, something was happening. In this case, they were dancing when we arrived. So which one is telling you that it's a one-time event? And
The preterite.
The preterite. Llegamos is this happened. We arrived, right? And it happened while something else was going on in the past. So that's the something else going on in the past will be in the imperfect. Okay, so we have a tutorial here and I'm gonna just play it. You don't need to play it on your end, but you can whenever you want, later when you want to practice. But let's just check this. And I'm going to share this guy here.
Spanish uses two past tenses.
You can see
The preterite for completed actions
the video,
and
right?
the imperfect for actions that were in progress, ongoing, or repeated. The preterite, like the English simple past, expresses perfective aspect. The imperfect, like the English phrases was plus ing and used to, expresses imperfective aspect. The preterite is used to refer to any past action that is considered complete. In this example, yesterday is complete. Today is not.
One little detail here. Look how it says llovió. This is weather. So here's one tricky part. We said earlier that when we're talking about the past and we address weather, we're going to use the imperfect. Here's one exception. And the exception is the word anoche. Who remembers what anoche means?
At
Last
night.
Last night. So here they're adding the beginning. They're saying this happened last night. So then we have to use the preterite because the word anoche triggers the preterite. There are going to be a lot of words that are determining one-time event. Anoche, I don't know, a specific month or year, even a specific time. When you say, it started to rain from this to this time, a las 3 hasta las 4, we have the time frame. So that's when we are going to use the preterite in that situation. Does that make sense what I said? Yeah? Okay.
The imperfect is used to provide the background information or set the stage for other actions. It describes people and tells time in the past.
Okay. So there's that. Let's go back to our page. And we are going to work on the activity below. I have here a link to the imperfect. If you click on that link on your end also, it's going to take you to the imperfect endings in case you forget. And then also the preterite link here, the preterite endings and the irregulars that are a lot of them. So in case you forget, you can click those links. Now I want to give you some time for you to work on, and to make it shorter, I'm going to give from 1 through 4 is for Sam, 5 through 8 is for Xander.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you, let's say it's 10:08. Let's give you until 10:12. And remember that I did provide the links with the endings in case you forget. If you see any words in the paragraph that you don't understand, you can ask me. I'm highlighting the verbs that need to be conjugated either in the imperfect or in the preterite.
What's El Martes?
That will be on Tuesday.
Ah.
One more minute, and if you didn't finish, that's okay. We can do it together. All right, time is up. Let's see here. I'm gonna read, and when I get to the blank, Sam will tell me number 1 through 4, okay? So, queridos padres, acabo de pasar unos días increíbles. Mi familia española,
Decidieron.
ya, muy bien, and I'm gonna say decidió because even though familia is a group of people, we are gonna treat it as a singular noun, yeah? Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's mi familia. So it's gonna be like it's a singular noun. Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
so good job. You used the preterite. Can you explain why?
Because it was a complete action.
Complete action. Yeah. That's something that they decided to do. Nice. Decidió ir a Sevilla para celebrar la Semana Santa. Nosotros,
Llegábamos.
and it says el martes por la noche. So that is Tuesday night. So what happens when they are telling you when this happens? Like a time, a specific time.
It's the imperfect.
Oh, but it would be imperfect when they are telling you what time it was. Like it was 8 p.m. in the night.
But aren't they talking about time?
They are talking about arriving at a specific time. Not talking about what time it was. Does that make sense? So it doesn't say, we arrived when it was 8 p.m. They're saying we arrived on Tuesday. Right?
But Tuesday and 8 p.m. are both time, right?
They are both time, yes. But it's not focused on the time. It's focused on the arriving. So I'm going to make it as if it was imperfect. I'm going to say, nosotros llegábamos cuando era el martes, when it was Tuesday. In this case, it's saying, nosotros, also we, were arriving, or we arrived on Tuesday. Not when it was Tuesday, but on Tuesday. It gets tricky. It gets tricky.
Okay.
Yeah, but nosotros llegamos. So here what happens is that we have exactly the time frame in which we arrived. The word noche, por la noche, is triggering that preterite. Okay, so llegamos el martes por la noche y las calles ya
fui or something similar.
Estar.
Yeah.
So, estaban llenas de personas. Llenas is full. So we arrived on Tuesday night and the streets were already full of people. So the reason why that one is imperfect is because it's describing the streets, how they were in the past, describing the background. Is that making sense there?
Yeah.
Muy bien. Había un desfile que en la Semana Santa se llama procesión. En la procesión.
I didn't do this one, but I'm guessing it's imperfect.
Yes, because it's what? Describing.
It's talking about the procession in the past.
Correct. Describing the procession in the past. En la procesión, veíamos, because it's talking about we, I think, right? Yes. En la procesión veíamos pasos muy grandes con flores y estatuas enormes, que se llaman imágenes de la iglesia. Las imágenes, Xander, eran, because it's what? What is it doing? Describing those images. So, eran antiguas y muy impresionantes. Había bandas y otras personas que tocaban música durante las procesiones. Y luego ocurrió algo fantástico. Una mujer
salía.
So, ocurrió. Something happened. Is this something that was happening in the past? Or is this something that happened one time?
One time.
Yeah, right? Because it said she came out to the balcony. So it's one time. She did this. She walked out in the balcony. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And I don't want to discourage you, but it will be hard. It's really tricky a lot of the times because you can maybe think of it in one way or the other. Yeah, we are going to continue practicing. And the next time that we practice with this, I will give you a chart similar to the ser and estar, in which we say ser, we use this, estar, we use this, imperfect, we use this, and so hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier. It's kind of tricky. So, salió a un balcón y empezó. Same reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
She started to sing. Same reason. It's one time. This she did one time. Okay, so empezó a cantar una saeta. Una saeta es una canción del estilo flamenco que cantan aquí en Sevilla. Todas las personas en la calle escucharon con atención mientras esta cantaba. Por fin, el paso
llegó.
Good job. Can you tell me why is the preterite?
It gives you like time frame.
It does. What is the time frame? Where does it say the time frame?
There's por fin.
Por fin. So at last, in the end, right? So that is giving you the time frame. It's not telling you what time it was. It's telling you the time frame, which is the difference between the imperfect and the preterite when we talk about time. See? So let's scroll down a last time here. See how it says, when talking about the weather, when talking about emotions, and when talking about time, but addressing the time. That's the difference. When they are telling you what time it was, or what day it was, or what month it was. All right. So that's the end of the class for today. And I want to tell you, or you tell me, do we have homework?
Yes.
Yes, we do. Now the homework is due Monday. And it is found in your Tarea tab. Can you look if you have it, please? It's called Charts Using the Vocab Verbs, and find it in your Tarea tab. Tell me if you find it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let me show you really quick what it looks like. So again, I'm providing here, these are links for you to easily access the endings for the presente, the endings for the imperfecto, endings for the preterite. And also, I'm providing the link to the vocab list, because what you're doing is using the vocab list verbs, you're gonna first of all tell me what it means. I'm gonna give you this one, to collect, right? And then you're gonna fill in the charts. This is the presente. This one is for presente. This one is for pretérito. This one is for imperfecto. Let's do it together. Or why don't I do it for you really quick? So Yo colecciono. Oops. Tú coleccionas. Él colecciona. Nosotros coleccionamos. Coleccionáis is for your extra credit. Coleccionáis and coleccionan. Pretérito, coleccioné. Coleccionaste. Coleccionó. Coleccionamos. Coleccionáis. Sorry, coleccionasteis. Coleccionasteis. And coleccionan. Coleccionaron, sorry. And then the imperfecto. Coleccionaba. Coleccionabas. Coleccionaba again. Coleccionábamos. Coleccionabais. And coleccionaban. That's it. Yes? Do we know what we need to do for the homework?
Yes.
Yes, and it is due Monday. There's a lot of verbs, so you can do it gradually. You can do, I don't know, 2 today, 2 tomorrow, so you don't have to do all of them at the same time. Okay?
All right.
Any questions? Are we good? Comments, questions? No? Nothing? It's tricky. I do recognize that it's tricky, and it's a lot of times really confusing. Which one am I doing? Is it this the time, or is it talking about the time? But we have to practice. The more we practice, the more prepared we are. Yeah? All right. So really good to see you. Next Zoom call is the one that I'm going to tell you what is the final project going to look like. Yeah? So I'll be here next Thursday. I hope I see you there. And take care. Adios.
Adios.
Yeah.
Bye.